Hey guys, and welcome back to Captain Zahid. Another very interesting question. What happens to the human waste on a ship? While flushing a toilet requires a simple push of a button, where does it actually go? The vacuum toilet system sucks everything from a toilet bowl, but where it takes it? Where it takes all of it, and what happens to it? Are we allowed to discharge it to the sea, or are there some special regulations that we have to adhere to, just like the regulations about garbage? If yes, then is there any special system installed on the ships to handle it? The thing is that not only is there a special system to handle the human waste, but the things are actually more complicated when it comes to handling the water or effluent discharge from the ships. And believe it or not, there are actually special chemicals that we are allowed to use for cleaning our toilet bowls. We cannot use everything. The purpose is not to interfere with the chemical reaction and dosing that will happen to this in the engine room. What chemical reaction, you may ask? Well, let's tell you all of this in a good detail. The wastewater on ship is actually divided into two categories. One is called as grey water and the other is called as soil or sewage. Take our mess rooms as an example. Messman has to wash the dishes over here, and chief cook needs to make some food. All of this involves washing various items using detergents. Then everyone takes shower and use their wash basins for various purposes. Some soaps and shampoos are used in this case. The crew needs to wash their clothes. And to do that, we have laundry spaces on ship, where they can obviously wash their clothes. Obviously, the detergents and cloth softeners are used here. These all processes involve water mixed with various detergents, washing powders and soaps. This kind of water is called grey water. At open sea, it is usually permitted to discharge grey water directly to the sea, with no special treatment at all. Usually, the grey water lines from all the spaces lead directly to the engine room, from where this water directly goes to the sea. Now, some of the ports allow discharge of grey water and some of them don't. If the vessel calls a port that does not allow the discharge of grey water from the ships, we gather all of this water in either the grey water holding tank, if provided, or the sewage holding tank, and then discharge the same at sea when the ship proceeds on a voyage. Now comes the soil. This water is basically mixed with human waste and is the flushed water from everyone's toilet on board ship. Direct discharge of this water overboard is strictly prohibited, as this water contains COD and BOD, that is chemical oxygen demand and biochemical or biological oxygen demand. This kind of wastewater contains both of them, and if such water is discharged to the sea untreated, this can cause the oxygen deficiency in the receiving environment, and this can be very, very dangerous for the fish and other aquatic species living there. You must be wondering what is COD and BOD, or at least a more clear version of it. Well, let me tell you. The BOD stands for biochemical or biological oxygen demand. The human waste contains bacteria, and the more bacteria are present, the more oxygen they consume while decomposing the human waste. The high demand of oxygen in this case can cause the oxygen in receiving environment to fall critically low and hence become dangerous for the fish and other aquatic organisms. Hence, high BOD is not good. Now, let's take a moment and talk about COD, or the chemical oxygen demand. A chemical reaction that consumes oxygen can cause, again, a deficiency of oxygen, such as in human waste. And more strong such chemical reaction is, more oxygen it will absorb, and more will be the COD, or the chemical oxygen demand. Again, if such wastewater is released in the sea, it can cause the oxygen in the receiving environment to fall below the critical limits, and is again dangerous for the fish and other aquatic organisms in that water. So you guys see, simply speaking, we have to treat such waste before discharged into sea. That's where this thing comes in. It's called a sewage treatment plant. We treat the sewage here to decrease the COD and BOD levels before discharging it to the sea. For doing that, we keep dosing this tank with NaOCl or sodium hypochlorite. This helps in decomposing inside the tank and hence decreases the levels of COD and BOD levels below 125 milligram per liter and 25 milligrams per liter respectively. That, by the way, are the limits that we cannot exceed when this sewage is discharged. Sensors in our system keep on analyzing the COD and BOD levels. The dosing of NaOCl keeps happening automatically and we keep on discharging this treated sewage in the open seas. At the same time, we also need to monitor the chlorine values in the discharged water, and that should not exceed a value of 0.5 milligrams per liter, because again, excess of everything is bad. And just for the record, there are various types of this plant. This is just one of them. They can have a different working principle or dosing chemical, but the end result and the main aim is the same, to reduce the COD and BOD. Again, when the vessel goes to a port where even the treated sewage is not allowed to be discharged, we read out our treated sewage to the sewage holding tank. And we store it there. We keep it over there until we depart from the port and the treated sewage can be safely discharged into the open sea. Another important thing is that when the vessel is in dry dock, that's when she is lifted out of the water for 5-yearly repairs. The dry dock connects their own sewage pipes to the ship. And in that case, we discharge all of the sewage to the shore and then they handle it according to the local laws. So you guys see that how such a small job as flushing your toilet becomes so much interesting and so much complicated on ships. Well, I'm very sure and very certain that you guys must have learned something new about our life on ships today. So that was pretty much all for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, then consider liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to this channel. And until the next video, with tons of love for my digital family and to be digital family, this is me, Zahid Nisar. You are watching Captain Zahid, and until the next video, bye.